don't be a river, for a river flows of weak mentality. It has a weak mentality. It never flows where there's an incline, but rather be a tsunami. Take no prisoners. They even wish that you were sick so that you do not come to work, so that they can even enjoy being in the workplace because of the way that you lead other people. So the question then comes to you today: are people happy when you are there? Or actually they even become joyous? Greetings once again and welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you do not miss when a new video pops up, right? Now, keep in mind, guys, that you are now available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Overcast, as well as on Amazon Music, and you can be sure to find us on any of those 6 different platforms, right? Now, also keep in mind, guys, that you are now available on YouTube, and this is to my podcasters. You can find us on YouTube at Ashley Jarera, where we then share the short messages that we talk about on the podcast. Now, also, guys, keep in mind that you are now available on TikTok at Sinner Saved by _Grace, and you can be sure to follow us there as well on that platform. Now today, guys, we are going to be talking about, or rather a continuation of what we talked about yesterday, right? Now yesterday we were talking about how your reputation matters. What are people saying about you? You know, that when people hear these things about you, are they eager to know you, or they say, you know what, on that one I'm going to pass, I don't want to be in their presence? What are people saying about you? And today we are going to do a continuation of that, right? Where we say that Queen Sheba then came through and she said, how be it that I did not believe the words that I was told. Now, guys, I don't want to preempt it on here, but that is what we are going to talk about today, guys. So to find out more, stick around. Now, without wasting further time, guys, we're going to be reading from the book of 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 6, 7, and 8, right? Keep that in mind. 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 6, 7, and 8, right? So verse 6 reads as follows. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in mine own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit I believed not the words, until I came, and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told to me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard. Happy are thy men, verse 8. Happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. Now, as we've just read, guys, in the Bible, right, where now she then comes to Solomon and says, no, not how be it that I did not believe what I was told. Not only that, guys, she then goes further to say that, you know, the things that I heard are actually just the half of the story, right? Compared to what I heard, that it was just half the story, right? But now that I have seen it for myself, I now come to realize that, you know what, your prosperity and your wisdom exceeds that which I was told about. Now, if you did not watch the previous episode where we talked about the reputation and what are people saying about you, I will leave the link right here so that you can be able to go and watch it, right, and understand where we are going with this message. But for today, guys, keep in mind that now she comes to Solomon and she says, you know what, now that these things are happening, I've seen them for myself, and I've come into contact with you now, and I'm starting to ask myself, how is it that I did not even believe this, right? So how is it that you have all this wisdom and even your servants are happy? No, and the Bible says that they stand before you continually. Now, then the question then comes to you today. Are your servants happy? You know, some of us, some people have helpers in their houses. Are your helpers happy? When someone comes from the outside and they come into your house, right, and they come into your house, would they be able to live with the same speech that Queen of Sheba said? Because she said, not only are your servants happy, even everyone that works for you is happy. So when you and other people come and visit your house, are people going to say, okay, not only are you happy, even your helpers in the house are happy? That is a question that you should ask yourself. Remember, guys, we say that we should remove the mentality of weak mentality, guys. Don't just flow where there's least resistance, right? Don't just flow now when an incline comes, you decide to change route. No, guys, we say that is not what we are going to do. But rather, we are going to be tsunamis. When you come to this channel, we are not promoting weak mentality, guys. And we're not promoting people to think small and to think that they cannot do anything. But rather, you can do anything. And in this book, guys, as a leader as well, keep in mind, yes, and I was going, as a leader as well, guys, and you come to 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 6, 7, and 8, right? He says that happy are thy men, are these thy servants which stand continually before thee, that hear thy wisdom. You know, when you are a leader, let's take it in the workplace, are the people that you are leading happy with you? Are the people that you are leading happy with you? Or rather, they even despise coming to work, you know, and they say, you know what, I'm going to be meeting that person, I'm going to be meeting that boss, I'm going to be meeting this person. They even wish that you were sick so that you do not come to work, so that they can even enjoy being in the workplace because of the way that you lead other people. So the question then comes to you today: are people happy when you are there? Or actually, they even become joyous. You know, they're even joyful. They say, yo, we are glad that this person is not here anymore. You know, they are happy that you're not there anymore. You know, some people are even wishing for your retirement, and they say, we can't wait for you to retire. So guys, if you have been in that position, keep in mind, and if you want to change that perspective, right, and you want to change that perspective of people having that people having that perspective of you, right, you can then watch the episodes that we've talked about before, which will then help you to change the way that you operate as a leader, so that when people also come into your space and people come into you, right, and they come into your environment, they're not wishing that you were gone. They're actually happy that you are there and you are available, right? And that is what, and if you want to be that person, that people are happy, you know, happy, and they become sad when you're not around, right? If you want to be that type of a leader, right, I will leave the link right here where you can then watch the first episode, right, where we talked about the first rule to become a great leader, right? First rule to become a great leader, and then you can follow up on the other episodes that will then lead you to know what it is that you need to do to become a great leader. But for today, guys, are people happy when they come into your presence? This Queen of Sheba, when she was done speaking to Solomon, she says, I did not even believe all these things, but now that I have seen, now that I have come into your presence, you know, let it be that when people hear some things, right, they do not believe, and they start to question, and they say, you know what, we are not quite sure. Are you guys sure that this person is so wise like this? When people hear such things about you, and they say, and people are saying, no, that this person is so wise, this person is good, and you know, it treats their people well. When people hear those things, let them doubt, so that when they come into your presence, they say, no, that was just half of the truth, what we heard. But now that we have come into your presence, this is now what we can then say, and say, you know what we heard was just half the truth, but now that we've experienced you, we have exceeded our expectations. So let us always strive for that, guys, and strive for excellence. Let us not just strive to be mediocre people, mediocre leaders, mediocre mentality, mediocre everything about you. No, guys, but let us also strive that when people come into your presence, they can then testify and say, what we heard was just but half the truth. But now that we've come into your presence, we see that your wisdom, your prosperity, and the way that you treat other people exceeds all expectations that we even had of you. And that is our message for today. May God bless you. Do not even go there with the hope, saying, no, what, I think I can change them. For they're not going to change. I will tell you today, they are not. If they could not change for the king, guys, king who had everything,